us fitness, right? You teach us fitness, but we feel like we are friend. We see.
Hi. Actually, you're on mute. Yes. Hi. Good
Okay,
morning. I can hear you. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. And what about you?
Okay. I'm fine too. Thank you very much. You're meeting after a really long time. How are things going? Tell me.
Things are going good. Okay, everything is fine.
Okay.
Great.
And
Hmm.
what have you been up to in the past couple of weeks, couple of months? Anything new
I'm
with
up
your life?
to I'm up to my schedule. What I was, 2 or 3 months back, what I was doing, still doing the same thing. I am
Okay.
progressing. I am on progress.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
okay.
Okay. That's really nice. Yeah. And regarding English, so the last sessions that you have taken, how are like what feedback have you been getting so far?
Feedback, yes. I think still I need to work on my pronunciation,
Hmm.
right? And apart from that, yeah, a little bit grammar, singular, plural. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, but pronunciation is one thing that is tripping you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. This word, by the way, could you pronounce it again? Just a second. I wrote it in chat.
Okay. Pronunciation.
Pronunciation. Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. Okay. I will come to the pronunciation thing also in a couple of minutes. There are a couple of tips I can share with you. But in the meantime, today's topics are also very good, but I do want to start with something a bit different. By the way, how is your YouTube channel going?
Good, good. Great.
Ah,
It's increasing the numbers of subscribers, increasing slowly. So,
ah,
good.
Congratulations. That's nice. Okay. Uh, yeah. So what I want you to do is tell me about a little about your friends. What I want you to do is just describe their personality. Actually, we had this topic in the previous sessions. I wanted to do that. Take any of your friends and first of all, tell me about how you met them and what sort of things you did with them, and tell me about their personality a little.
And Mr. Singh, to be very honest, I don't have a true friend, even a
Okay.
friend.
Mm-hmm.
My clients are like my friend,
Mm-hmm.
okay, but I don't have a friend with whom I can share everything. I can go out with them. I can have lunch, dinner, watching movie. I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I talk about one or two my clients, okay, they are like they. I treat them like my friend. They treat me like my friend. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so somehow somewhere I don't like their behavior because the topic of the day is introvert, right? So I am a kind of introvert person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the kinds of behave they do, like I said, uh, I don't go. They want me to take on the middle of the night to let's go watch movie. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
do party on Friday night. Let's go out, night out, do night out, drink, enjoy these kinds of. So I am not like that person. I'm a homey boy. You know,
Okay.
I love staying at home. I love cooking food, working, reading books, or spending on time on valuable things. But they do. But to be very honest, they're very, good by nature, by their heart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And they love saying that, sir, you teaches us fitness, right? You teach us fitness, but we feel like we are friend. We share everything. We our share our experience, our household work, and this everything, and you share that way. But somehow the kinds of sometimes they like drink, doing party, doing here, then without telling their friend, their parents, their room here and there. So that things I don't like. But
Uh,
apart from this, they are friendly. They are
mm.
good by nature.
Okay, that's really nice. And besides that, why don't you have other friends? Is it mainly because you are an introvert?
Because I don't have other friends because I look for the kinds of friend uh, who can push me to improve my personality, my knowledge, better life, and I don't find those kinds of friends.
Why is that, according to you?
Because these the people are, they are not want to be educated, don't want to be entertained.
They don't want to be.
They don't want to be, educated. They want to be entertained.
Mhm.
They want to do party. They want to drink. They want to smoke. They want to, roam here and there,
Mhm.
right? And I believe I must, the way we value our time,
Mhm.
time will, value you back.
Okay.
So I do not wanna spend most now, okay, majority of my time, the thing that is not adding value in my personality, in my knowledge, my, we
Okay.
can say,
Hmm.
yeah, these all things.
Okay. And do you ever miss that? Do you ever feel like not having friends is something perhaps you could
No,
maybe
I
nothing?
never
Never?
miss. I never, no, I never
Hmm.
miss. Oh, why do I don't have friends? No, 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 never.
Ah, okay. That's actually a very good quality. Uh, Do you think that if you had more friends, the sort of friends that you are talking about, the sort of friends which could actually push you to just be the better version of yourself or to learn more things and so on and so on, would your life be different?
My life would be, I think my life would be, there would be drastically change in my personality
Hmm.
5 years from now,
Hmm.
7 years from now,
Hmm.
right? And people, when I talk to about this kinds of knowledge in my, and I ask them, my clients, to sit in a group, there would be out of 5 to 10 people, and when I talk about these things, they say, Deepak, you are very knowledgeable. Where did you get this knowledge from? You are talking about scriptures, you are talking about God,
Hmm.
you're talking about, quantum physics, how this world works, how you attract things, how to improve your life, how you can, survive alone. So people say, where did you get this knowledge from?
Hmm.
Where do you learn these all things? So
Okay.
I say that I love learning these all things. And the moment you learn
Hmm.
the knowledge, conceive, that most of the people do not know, you feel like you are confident. You
Hmm.
are different from majority of the people.
Okay.
Right?
Hmm.
And people are love listening, but they do not want to learn these all things. If
People
I'll teach you,
do love listening, but they never want to learn it. Hmm.
learn it. Right? When I teach them, they cannot remove their eyes from my, talk. But when I ask them to, why do you don't spend your time, valuable time, okay, with the, the videos that is, teaching you some good knowledge, that teaching you about your health, that teaching you about your scriptures, God, these all things. They say, oh, I get bored, this
Hmm.
is boredom, these all things.
Hmm. Okay. That is a very good answer. And to some extent, yes, it is sort of the reality. People do not want to do that.
and
Okay.
and I have realized, no, most of the great person, okay, on our planet, they have very little friends,
Mhm.
right? They
And
have
is it
not much friends,
not many friends?
not many friends. Yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes.
Hmm. Okay.
Because great people find quality in other individual, not quantity,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
That's always yes. So we can say first of all, we won't use on the planet as such. Most of the great personalities that have lived on this earth or
On
in
this
this
side,
world, we usually
yes,
say
yes.
earth or world. That's
On the,
one thing. Just a couple of errors quickly before we move ahead. You said
uh-huh.
but and however together. We don't need to use them together. They both mean the same thing. So we just say one of them. We just use one of them. However, dash dash dash. You said do night outs and well, so either you can go on a night out or have a night out. And a
Okay.
couple of times you used do party. Well, that wouldn't work because party by itself we use it as a verb. You don't say
Wow.
let's party tonight. Someone
Uh,
would say let's party tonight.
okay.
Let's go party tonight or let's party tonight. That would work. Okay.
Mhm.
And sometimes I have seen that though in the previous session also I remember I told you that on the one hand you are a very powerful orator. The way you stress your sentences, stress the words and everything, it's very close to perfection. But sometimes I do see that the articulation part, as far as certain words are concerned, sometimes it's sort of it's as if you're eating up certain words or you're not pronouncing them as willingly as you do the other words. For instance, particularly with the S thing, it does happen. And similarly, you said that things, or when you have to pronounce these, the this sound comes out. There are
Okay.
certain points where you are not articulating the words very properly, particularly when we are nearing the end of the sentence. That is something that you could work on. And because you read a lot, I've seen that it sort of happens that we just get the habit of reading out loud sometimes and pronounce articulating the words very properly. That it does happen. It with me, it really did happen that I used to read a lot, and every now and then I would read out loud, and I was able to pronounce every word very properly. That is something you could always do. So just could you pronounce this word again? These things.
These these
These,
things.
correct. These things. Yeah, yeah.
These
That is
things.
yeah. And you said drastically change. Drastic is correct, but sometimes we use it more in a negative way. Here we can say totally different. My life would be totally different or
Totally.
entirely different. Entirely or totally different. Okay.
Okay.
And just 1 second. And this word, could you pronounce it? This sentence?
Entirely, entirely, totally different.
Yeah. And below that, there's another message.
I have realized.
Yeah, particularly with the ed and the t sounds at the end, that can be challenging for the learners. So again, I heard something like I've realized, like it
Okay,
has
I
to be
have
I've
realized.
realized. That articulation part again has to be there. And yeah, most of
Okay.
the great personalities on our earth and in our world. Okay. Yeah, one other thing I do want to do before we move ahead to the other topics is this description of a personality thing. So if let's say you don't have that many friends, you can describe anyone. Even if you take yourself, you can try to describe yourself. What I want you to do is not just talk about things like hardworking or I'm very dedicated, but other things regarding your personality. Something about your attitude towards people, your attitude towards money, or maybe that you sleep too much, you don't sleep a lot, something of that sort.
Okay, okay. Yes, there is my client. She is, you know, she's good.
Mhm.
Okay, but sometimes she sleep a lot. I every single morning I have to call her. Okay, wake up, come for the
Uh,
train to the park. And so I sometimes say, sir, I need push. No, until
mm.
unless someone will not push me, I cannot do exercise. I cannot read books. I
I cannot
cannot wake up
exercise.
early morning.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I have, I can push up people 1 to 2 days, 3 days, more 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, right? And after I'm pushing, still you are not trying to moving forward.
Mm.
My motivation will no diminish
Yeah.
because on the I'm giving 100% to push you,
Mm.
and after pushing, you are not pushing yourself,
Yeah.
right? To do that, uh, they don't. When I got to know, okay, only I'm putting effort to make you better, and you are not putting effort towards yourself to make you a better self, better version. How can I do that? So that things I don't like in her, or not
Mm.
in her. One more, one or
Not
two more
just
clients.
in her, but in other clans also. Not just in
Other
her.
clients also. Other clients also. They are also. I every day I have to call three or four clients. I have to when I wake up around 4 o'clock, right before four
Mm.
o'clock, 3:50, 40, no 45, 3:45.
Okay. Mm.
So they say, okay, sir, you wake up early, so give me a call. Okay, I want you to just wake me up also.
Okay.
So after I call them, they again, okay, hello sir, good morning. Okay, I'm waking up. Thank you so much. Okay. So then once I put down the call, they can fall asleep for
Mm.
next half an hour.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, that is very unfortunate. But
Yes,
I'm
yes,
very surprised that you actually do that. Even for me, although first of all, waking up so early would be very difficult. If a friend calls me, even then it would the same thing would happen with me. But it's very commendable that you actually call them every day just to wake them up, just to
yes.
help them. That's good.
For past 2 weeks, I am every day I call two people. Before that, three people. I was calling three, four people. So it's my also work to wake my clients up early morning, right?
Okay. That's a
So
very good thing you pointed out, sort of this sleep thing. Besides that, are there any other
and
characteristics of the
besides
personality?
that, as I said, I do meditation. So they
And
want
meditate.
to. I sorry. I meditate. I pray. I do chanting. I chanting, right. So they say, okay, I have to also inculcate this habit in my schedule, early morning schedule. And for that, they say, okay, wake me up and I will do that. And when I ask them to report, give me the report what you did after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock morning. They say, oh sir, I didn't wake up. So they say I only did meditate. I did meditate. Apart from that, I didn't chant. I didn't affirm. I didn't pray. After 15 minutes, I got sleep again.
Okay, I fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep again. So that's what
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't like about them.
Okay.
They're very
It's
lazy.
personally.
They're very lazy.
Particularly when you are putting your effort, so many efforts from your side,
Yeah.
so much efforts from your side, and someone else isn't doing that, it's definitely there.
Uh,
Okay, a couple of errors quickly again. So this is one another error, the with the pronunciation these and this thing, it would be slip and sleep. That sleep pronunciation has to be there. Actually, you're on mute. I hope you have put yourself on mute intentionally.
okay. It's sleep.
Yeah, slip and sleep. Could you pronounce it like that?
Let me check it. Okay. Slept, sleep,
Uh, yeah, slip and sleep.
sleep and sleep.
Correct. Yeah. In the while in the conversation also it has to be like that. Sleep has to be there. The double e sound.
Okay,
That's
sleep. I
when,
have to stress this word, right?
yeah, I have to stress. You have to stress it. Yes, sleep and slip. Okay. There are many words like that. Hill. So what I was saying is that there are many words like this in English. Hill, heel, ship, sheep, slip, sleep. Many of my learners they tend to get them wrong. This is also something you have to pay attention to. Particularly the articulation thing. You multiple times you said do exercise, do party, do meditation. All of it would be without the do because these are verbs by themselves. I exercise, I meditate, I party.
Okay.
Now there is one thing about English which can be very difficult even for advanced level learners. And even though you are reading a lot of books, this is one thing you won't find in books. The phrasal verbs. In books, we have a different type of advanced level vocabulary. But for me also, it was the same thing. For the first 4 or 5 years of my English, I only read books. And my English, although it was an advanced level, it was of an advanced level. I never understood what phrasal verbs are. What it means is that we take a verb, we take a preposition, and it sort of changes the meaning. One very good example of this would be go through. We have go, but go through, when we add a preposition, go through means to sort of read a document, read a file, go through something, go through a video. Come across, come off. All of these are phrasal verbs. And sometimes we are trying to just describe a certain action, but we tend to use a phrasal. I will give you an example what you did. You were talking about calling someone, and you said when you hang up the call, you're supposed to use the phrasal verb hang up, but instead of that you just put it, you use the literal action put down the call. Actually, put down, it has a completely different meaning. Put down means that when an animal is very sick, when you kill them, mercy killing, that would be put down an animal. Or when you put your kids to sleep, that also means put down the baby. I put down the kids. So for that, as you can see, you were just trying to describe this action, but you ended up using a phrasal verb which means something completely different. Phrasal verbs are a very important part and of an advanced level vocabulary, and this we find particularly in spoken English. That's why in books you won't find it, so you can try to work on it. Yeah, that is there. There are a lot of exercises and everything related to that phrasal verb. So hang up the call. This is another
Okay.
we use it here. Put down is
Mhm.
for put down an animal, put down babies to sleep. That is one.
Mhm.
Okay. Do meditation. I fell asleep again. I fell asleep.
I fell asleep. Okay.
Yeah, I would say it like that. And one other thing was there. Yeah, I feed off the energy of someone. We can say it like that. For instance, feed off someone's energy is that how lively they are. Like if you are very lively, I would also sort of become lively. So for me also, it's my job is like that. If I get a learner who is very bored, just yeah, I would also start getting bored. I would lose my interest in the session. You can also say
True.
it like that. You can say I also feed off the energy of someone. So if my clients, they are not motivated, they are not pushing themselves, well, I am also of course going to be discouraged. I'm not going to help them anymore. That is there. Okay,
Okay.
that is one thing. Regarding the pronunciation, one other thing I wanted to show you is this word. Could you pronounce it?
Development.
And this one,
Pandemic.
and one last.
Biology.
Yeah, so there are at least there are around 20 or 30 words which in Indian English we pronounce incorrectly. And why we do that is because of the word stress. We can always try to focus on that. Hmm. It is the same problem I faced, that I also used to read books only. So the pronunciation part, the word stress and phrasal verbs, these were things that I missed on them. And then when I started watching sitcoms, I discovered a whole new dimension of English, which I wasn't aware of. Phrasal verbs and the pronunciation part. That is something you could try to work on a little bit. That is there. Okay. This topic is also, as you mentioned, was it's very good. Uh, the extemporary topic is everyone must invest in themselves. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, of course. Investment is a kind of you are seeding and you are no, you are sowing your seed into the ground.
Sowing.
And the
Oh, by
kind
the way,
of,
it's not show but sow. Sowing your seed.
so yeah, sowing the seed into the ground, right? Later on, 1 year, 2 year, 3 or 5 years, 6 years from now, it will give you no fruits, and the fruit, the kinds of you will have that you love eating it, that fruit, right? So everybody must should invest, okay, in themselves, whether it is money, whether it is time, whether it is your relationship with your family. So it's great. It's great. We can say action we must take.
Okay. First of all, this word, could you pronounce it?
Themselves.
Themselves. The S has to be there.
Themselves.
Themselves.
Themselves. Okay.
Themselves. And it will bear fruits. Bear. Instead of
Bear
just saying it
fruit.
will give fruits, yeah, it will
Bear
bear
fruit.
fruits. Okay. Yeah. And how do you personally invest in yourself?
I invest. As I mentioned, I read books. I invest money on clapping go in order to learn this language, right? Apart from this, I am associated with the public speaking platform. Apart from that, I go to YouTube. I listen to good content by which I can expand my mind, grow my mind. So that's how I invest.
Okay. Not grow, but enrich. And for knowledge and vocabulary, for all these other things, we use enrich. I can enrich my knowledge. I can improve my knowledge. That would work. Okay. That's really nice. And you said I invest on Clippingo. Well, I have invested. Reading books is something you do every time. Investment on Clippingo just happened once, so I have invested on Clippingo also, and so on. And you are associated to a. You have joined a public speaking platform. Is that so?
Yes. Yes.
Could you tell me what it is?
That
What
is
is it?
Toastmaster Club.
Okay. Okay. That's really nice. And how frequently do you like practice there?
Every week on Sunday.
And
Yeah,
like how many
25
hours?
to 30 people of our group, and everybody pick
Okay.
up their own topic, and then